This is Kate. I'm here with our big guy Thor. So Thor has been with us for almost 3 years now. We got him from a farm in New York, and our goal with Thor was to be a companion for our horse Jewel, who was our only horse at the time because we knew that we needed friends once we moved our horses home. So we got Thor. I had always wanted a big draft horse, and he certainly is. He is a Belgian cross, we think, with a quarter horse, although we're not sure. Thor is 17 years old, and he is 17.1 hands high, which is a pretty big horse. He's got front shoes, and he's kind of a really big golden retriever. He wants to check everything out, usually with his mouth. He likes to be very close to you. He does not know personal space very well, which is not great when you have a horse that's closing in on 2,000 pounds. But for the most part, he's a pretty okay guy. He's definitely the leader of the pack here at Rocky Woods Farm. This is Clifford, our big red horse. He came to us most recently. He's our newest horse. We got him from a friend. He is 15 years old. He just turned 15 in February. We found out that he is actually a racehorse, and he was a very slow racehorse. He did not do very well. He only raced 3 times. He came in 4th place, 6th place, and 7th place, so very slow. He is just such a super chill, calm boy here on the farm. He just really likes to hang out. He and Thor play sometimes. He loves to go on trail rides, and he's just such a good boy. We really enjoyed having Cliff on the farm, even though he definitely was our unplanned pony for 2020. He's a registered quarter horse, and his name is Clifford because he is the big red horse. And Cliffy is about 16.1 hands. Next we have our 2 donkey friends. So we got our donkeys shortly after we moved our horses home. So this is Nibbles, the strawberry roan, and then this is Echo, who's got more of the traditional donkey coloring that you think of. Both donkeys came from Peaceful Valley Donkey Rescue out of Texas, and they are just the sweetest boys. I love having the donkeys so much. They're really good herd protectors. A lot of people don't know that, but they're meant to protect livestock. And being here in rural Connecticut, we do have some predators that will come into our pasture, so it's really great to have the donkeys. They've chased out bobcats and coyotes and numerous predators out of the pasture. So we make sure that they're always aware and alert in case something were to come in. And anytime I see the horses looking at something, I don't ever get concerned unless the donkeys are paying attention to it as well, because that means that there's really something to pay attention to. These 2, we had we had rescued them for the purpose of being companions if we ever took one of the horses off property like Thor or Jewel. But it's kind of funny because they're just really good companions with each other. I'm sure that if they were the only ones here with a horse, they would be companions to that horse, but they don't actually interact with the horses too much. But they just really interact with each other, and they're very good boys. It was like, what is that? So we have our friend Annie here. Annie was one of the 2 horses that we got in 2020, so she's still fairly new to us. We've had her less than a year. We got her last July, and the reason why we got her is because our horse Jewel was just getting a lot of work, and so we needed someone to kind of take the pressure off of Jewel. And I also really wanted a trail horse because Jewel does not go off property. So we got Annie. Annie is a quarter horse. She's not registered. She may be mixed with something else. We're not really sure. She's a beautiful bay horse, though. That bay refers to her coloring. She really doesn't like the bugs. She definitely needs a fly mask on, so we'll put one of those on her after this. She's a very sweet mare. She's about 15 hands, and she definitely has identified me as her person. She seems to tolerate everybody else, but she doesn't really like it unless I'm the one that's out here taking care of her and riding her. She's very picky about who rides her. We don't really know much of her history at all, but we are really excited to have her here on the farm. She's a very, very sweet girl. Good girl. And this is our Princess Jewel. So Jewel was our first horse. We have had her for almost 4 years now, and she's 23. Her birthday is the day after New Year's. Jewel is a registered quarter horse. She is what's called a flea bitten gray, although right now she's a very dirty flea bitten gray. Typically she's white and red without the brown, or she's supposed to be, but Jewel really enjoys rolling in the mud. So we got her when she was 19, or almost 19, and she is absolutely in love with our son. We noticed right away when we went to meet her for the first time that she really only has eyes for our son. So she is his primary riding horse. She's very, very good for Pat and I as well, but Tay is really where her heart lies. She has this collar on. You'll notice this. It's called a cribbing collar. Cribbing is something that horses do. It's a lot of the times, from what I've been told, is that it's a habit that they'll pick up when they go for professional training, and it's out of boredom. And what it is they bite down onto something and then suck in air, and that releases endorphins. So it makes them feel good, but the problem with cribbing is that it can cause them to have issues and possibly colic. So we want to discourage them from doing that. And I'm not an expert by any means, but this is just information that I've read on it. So Jewel wears this collar so it helps her to stop from cribbing. It deters her from it. She's also a registered quarter horse. We have a farm full of quarter horses. And quarter horses are a lot of fun, but they're very smart. And I would say that Jewel and Annie are just such smart mares. So they cause a little bit of trouble, but let me tell you, when you have a good day with them, it's just an amazing day, to have a great day with a smart mare. So I call her Princess Jewel. She's definitely our princess. We basically built this whole farm around her, and we're continuing to design things essentially around her, making sure, for example, when we build our new barn, that there's a stall that doesn't have things in it that she can bite down on to crib and everything. Even though she's our oldest horse, she's definitely our princess, and what we think of when we think of what we're going to be doing next and how it's going to impact her the most. Oh, princess. What a good girl.
Thank you for watching the Rocky Woods Farm Roundup. Please be sure to subscribe, enable those notifications, and then leave a like below.